Hello, everybody. Welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Please leave your bias at the door and join us for another live watch along. We're catching up with some postponed games this midweek. We were live yesterday for Blackburn 1, Swansea 1. And tonight we will be looking at Barnsley versus Derby. Featuring Derby trying to pull away from a lower position than they perhaps expected to be in. And Barnsley are looking for an 8th straight win. Let me know if you can see me, hear me loudly, clearly. I think we've had a few bits of trouble on Periscope. So if you're watching on Twitter, please get into the chat and tell me that you can see me okay. It looks like it's working. Now, otherwise, I think we are all okay. Make yourself known in the chat and say hello. What we are going to do, because we haven't done any midweek review streams, is we're just going to have a quick look back at last night's action, and then we will get into Barnsley versus Derby. Hence why I'm in 30 minutes before kickoff rather than 15 minutes before kickoff. Let's just do some hellos here. Owen, Nat, Chris, Lee, Jack, George, Liam, Caden, James, tons of people in the chat here. We'll get to some very nervous, some nervous Barnsley fans. All gets a bit real when you get into the top 6, doesn't it, hey? We'll get into comments and predictions and things of that nature in a bit. Let's, first of all, have a look back at last night. And there were 2 games. If I bring up the split screen, 2 games last night. You can see there, it's all a bit of a mess, the fixture list, isn't it? Blackburn 1, Swansea 1, and QPR 1, Wycombe 0. Obviously, if you were with me last night, you would have heard chapter and verse about this game because we watched all of it together, but we'll just bang through all the action really quickly. It was Blackburn 1, Swansea 1. Remember, Swansea had the chance to go into second spot with a victory in this one, but they didn't manage to get in front at any point in the game. In fact, there are the teams. Kaminsky in goal for Blackburn, Rankin Costello, Lenihan, Harwood Bellis and Douglas, Dak Tribal Buckley, Gallagher, Dolan, Brereton. No Armstrong, no Elliott in that starting lineup. Swans go with Woodman, Norton, Cabango, Guay, Robertson, Bidwell, wingbacks, Fulton, Grimes, Hurahan, Central, Low, Ayew up top. Here are the 2 goals. If I remove that banner off the screen, you'll have a far greater chance of seeing him. Here's Bradley Dack opening the scoring. Look behind him, and you see Tom Tribal, who clipped it through beautifully. The pass was straight, but the run was on the angle, and he clipped it through beautifully, and Dack fired in. Did he go through Woodman's legs? I think possibly he did. Anyway, he scored. But here comes another Swansea penalty here. When you look at it from that angle, it's quite sort of damning, isn't it? You can see Fulton's getting there way before Gallagher. So he pokes the ball back to Hurahan 14 on the edge of the box. Gallagher doesn't manage to pull out of that swinging right foot. And how can I word this? Gallagher's foot makes contact with Fulton, and we'll leave it at that. Penalty. Ayew, not a very good one. Look, down the middle, Kaminsky hands on it. Palms it into the net. Here's what it did for the table. Swansea in 3rd, level on points now. With Watford, of course, a win would have put them up to 68, wouldn't it? 2 points ahead. They now no longer have a game in hand over Brentford, whose game was postponed. So Swansea have now played twice since Brentford last played, of course, and they are 3 points ahead. And then you see a little pack, which involves tonight's team as well, Barnsley, Blackburn, much further down in 14th place, 44 points. So they're kind of neither going up nor down. Blackburn. The other game last night, get your comments in on any of this stuff, although we did do chapter and verse. The other game last night was QPR 1, Wycombe 0. And what do I always say? 45 to survive. QPR have reached 46 points now with a nice chunk of the season to go. I think they've played 35, 11 still to play, and they beat Wycombe 1-0. And it's just been a really good run of form since January, and Austin and Johansson arrive in chair with the only goal in this one. Wycombe remain bottom. Dieng in goal for Rangers. Dickey, DeVries, Larbey. Kane and Wallace wing-backs. Field, Johansson. Willock, chair. Austin up top. For Wycombe, Stockdale, McCarthy, Jacobson, full-backs. Knight, Tafazoli, centre-backs. Thompson, Gape, central midfield. The three off the front are Horgan, Mehmeti and Samuel, with Musque up front. And Ilias Chair is a little man, and he scored from a little distance here. He scored at the weekend as well, didn't he? You can see Willock on his backside. He's managed to dribble that in from the right-hand side, like right the way along the goal line pretty much. Squares it past Stockdale, and Chair scores from pretty much an open goal from about a foot out. 1-0 Rangers. Here's the table. And the table tells us that Rangers are well safe. They've already met the point per game for 46 games. They've got the 46 points. They'll see if they can solidify themselves in the top half, and then they can try and get Austin and Johansson to sign full-time next season. Did Willock sign full-time? I can't remember. I know there's a few loans came in there. Wycombe, 23 from 35 games. They are 13 off safety, 12, off safety. So as it stands, given goal difference things, Wycombe, you're looking at 4 games before the end of the season as it stands for them to be relegated. Let's look at some comments, and then we'll get into Barnsley and Derby stuff. James, your legend. We'll drink to that. What have we got? We've got 3 different bottles of water on the go. Evening, Ben. Honestly, your regular streams of WatchAlongs really helped me and so many others through lockdown. There's very kind, James. Honestly, they've helped me as well. They really have. Shaylee said, it just, every now and then, it just gets to you, doesn't it? Oh, what a goal Man City have just scored. Who was that? Morris. Man City 2, Southampton 1 on the other screen. Shaylee said to me, are you going anywhere this week? And I was like, no. And then it kind of dawns. I'm so used now to not going anywhere. So it's great to be doing this and having this interaction, this great community here. It looks like we've got plenty of Barnsley Derby comments here. So I'll leave them. Don't worry. And I'll go back to them as and when we do the teams. So let's have a look at this then. Let me bring up Barnsley and Derby on the screen. Barnsley are kind of the story of the championship at the moment. Obviously, Norwich have won 7 on the bounce, but, you know, the expectations for Norwich are different than they are for Barnsley, of course. So Barnsley's run has really caught the eye. There are the teams. Collins in goal for the Tykes. He's got that shirt now over Walton. I don't know how many games it's been now, but that has switched. Anderson, Hellick, Sibic across the back. Solbauer on the bench. And then, so steady this lot, Britton and Styles are the wing-backs. Palmer and Mowat are the centre-backs. I'm sure a Barnsley fan will tell me in the chat, how many games in a row has it been Britton and Styles, Mowat and Palmer? Must be right the way through this streak, mustn't it? I think Herbie Kane played central midfield once, but hell of a consistent run. And then the front 3, Chaplin and Woodrow off DK. DK, who scored a brilliant goal at the weekend to get the 7th win against Birmingham. Excuse me. There's the bench. Walton, Moon, Odur, Solbauer, Williams, Kane. And look out for this, because we will probably see all three of Adebayo, Freeser, and Morris. Expect the front three that starts the game to not finish the game at all. It's all about the pressing, isn't it, that we're very familiar now with Barnsley. There's your Derby team. Ruth is in goal. We haven't seen Marshall now. We were doing the watch along, weren't we, when he got hurt against who was it against? Forest, wasn't it, in the East Midlands Brian Clough derby there. Wisdom right back. Edmondson left back. Will that be the case? Mengi and Forsyth. That's interesting. Yeah, that's not the right shape, because look, they've got Matt Clark in midfield. So I suspect Rooney's matching up here, and that's a 3 at the back. Although I don't know who's playing left wing back. I'm not very familiar with Mengi. So we'll keep a watching brief on Derby shape. What we do know is that Gregory and Kazim Richards will play up top, and probably Knight and Shinnie will play central midfield. You wouldn't expect Wisdom to play. Oh, he might play right wing back. And then possibly, but then who's the left wing back? Joshviak? I don't know. Unless Matt Clark is really playing in central midfield to just add a little bit of physicality and whatnot. Any Derby fans want to help me out with that bunch of players? Because it doesn't feel like it's going to be set up with George Edmondson at left back and Matt Clark in central midfield. And Matt Clark's a left footer. He could play left back. Get your thoughts in on that. I'm unsure until they run out onto the pitch and we can say for certain. On the bench, Edem, McDonald, Buchanan, a very good left back, Watson, Roberts, Bird, Sibley, Waghorn, Wilson. Fair few first teamers or people with lots of first team games this season. Buchanan, Bird, Sibley and Waghorn there. Obviously, Roberts has been used in the first team since he signed on loan. I wonder if we can get any thoughts on that Derby team. Lewis is a Derby fan. What's he saying? Forsyth left back, Mengi right back. Okay, Wisdom and Clark, Edmondson have been... Okay, that makes more sense than what I was saying. Thank you, Lewis. I thought someone would be able to help us out. Let's have a look. I'll just put that up because that's great news. Rico Arena announced for next season, says Callum, the Cobb fan. Just need to stay up now. Well, look, stay up or not stay up. We should stay up now, shouldn't they, Coventry? That's great news, isn't it, to be back in their own stadium. Here's the table. So we updated the points per game projections. I can show you them on Twitter in a minute, actually. A Barnsley win obviously lines their points per game up exactly with Reading's, because they'll both be played 35, 60 points. And also, historically, very impressive, 8 wins. Normally, teams that win 8 in a row go up. So, not always the case. But if you look back, there were none last season. But the previous season, you had Villa do 10 on the trot. They won the playoffs. Norwich that season won 8 on the trot on their march to promotion. Also, the previous season, Cardiff won 8 on the trot on their march to second position to see off Fulham in that thrilling run in 17-18. So 8 wins in a row is a big deal if they can get this done tonight. For Derby, form's dropped off a little bit, hasn't it? We were all very impressed with Rooney's first sort of 15 games or so, but of late there, you can see 4 points in those last 5 games. Defeats slipping in for sure. If we look at the recent games, which we can do if I do that, look at the Derby side of the ledger first, and you'll see defeat to Coventry, a big one at Cardiff, a draw against Forest, And then you are back into some good form. Then there's 3 wins in 4 prior to that. In fact, if you were to bring out those 5 games, there's 10 points in 5. So really, when we're isolating the form, it's the last 2 games for Derby that's the issue. No goals, 5 conceded. So bit of a test for Rooney to try and get it back there, home to Millwall the weekend as well. And for Barnsley, yeah, just superb. Look at that. And the run all starts with this game, which was postponed on the 6th of February. And then off went Barnsley, the brilliant win at Brentford. Then they beat Blackburn. Then they won at Bristol City. Then they beat Stoke. They beat Millwall. Then they went to QPR and won last midweek with the pressure on, because everybody's watching now. It was just, Barnsley have won some games and they're in the middle of the table. Fine, whatever. Now it's, Barnsley have won 7 in a row and they're in the top 6. Everyone's watching now. So the pressure goes on. Just quickly, Manchester City 3, Southampton 1. Let me just have a look at this. De Bruyne flipped it inside. Oh, nice feet by, it's a great goal. Oh, no, it hit the post. I thought it was going to be a great goal by Mahrez. I think it hit the post and Gundogan sticks it in. 3-1 to Manchester City in the Premier League in stoppage time at the end of the first half. But that is the recent form. And there's a lot of sort of confidence. And we have seen these be wrong. Don't you worry about that. But there is my Twitter, which I will bring up. And there is the poll. Lots of votes today as well. 444 votes. 79.5% have called this one as a home win. Now, it was a similar number in the Brentford-Barnsley game that started this run, calling a home win for Brentford. So it can go the other way, but only 7.9% voting in favour of a Derby win. Just about 11% on the scoring draw. 1.8% a goalless draw. Deary me, we do not want to see that, whatever happens. So that is the size of it. Let's go into comments and give me predictions and anything you want to talk about leading up to this game. We're on a little bit earlier than normal. I have my Rams TV on here in front of me. And kickoff is in about 11 minutes' time. There's Sean Barker on the screen. Let's go to some comments and see what you guys are saying. Lots of stuff in the chat here. Now let's go to Michael here. Unfortunately, I think Wazza, I'll call him Rooney, has picked the wrong team tonight. He's mixed and matched recently and he's sort of killed the momentum. Tiredness also a problem. Yeah. Rotating the team tends to work when you've either A, got very good players, or B, got a very solid pattern of play down, doesn't it? Daniel, come on, you Reds. Win tonight. It's Barnsley's to lose. Evening, Daryl, Marco. How many teams lose to Barnsley, then go on a winning run? I couldn't tell you that. Someone look at the numbers. Lewis, not confident with that team. Looks like Edmondson in midfield. Mengi, who I must admit I haven't seen play yet for Derby. He's come in on loan. Was he the guy from Everton or is that Banangimi? Or was he from Manchester United, Mengi? I think he's from Manchester United. Someone correct me. Mengi looked out of his depth against Cardiff. And, there's similar challenges in playing Cardiff than there are in playing Barnsley. And that in different ways, they make it hard for you, particularly at the back if you're of a defensive point of view. From a Norwich fan's point of view, I hope Barnsley do not... John, I don't think Norwich 10 points clear at the top, or is it still 10? I think it's still 10. Need to worry about Barnsley in 6th position, let's just say. But ho-hum, there goes the cautious football fan. Anything else in here? Takeover will be sorted next week. Three consortiums waiting. I'll keep my usual takeover answer and position, Lewis, which you know only too well. I'll talk about it when there's something else there. Same with the Ipswich one as well. All seems to be lawyers shuffling papers at the moment behind the scenes. Mowatt's 150 game. He's missed one league game since our promotion. It's because of COVID. Any deal on the table for him? Any possible chance of him signing one, or is he going to go get paid somewhere else? Mowat. Worried tonight is the night Collins doesn't get to the ball before the striker on one of his sweeper missions. We have seen that with both Barnsley keepers. The incredibly high line. Those three centre-backs for Barnsley are pushing up to the halfway line. I think it was Bournemouth who did it best. Just, clipping it in over the top and sort of judging that away. Swansea did as well. Williams been coming on for Styles in a few games now. He's played well. I suspect, I was discussing this with our friend Russ today, we'll see Styles appear in lots of people's teams of the season, won't we? Left wing back. My COVID test came back negative. So go to school tomorrow. Looking for good for you, Owen. You deserve to see your friends after what feels like forever. Helic earned an international call-up. What nationality is he, Geddes? He's Polish, Helic. Is that right? I can't remember. What else have we got here? Well, we've heard 3 at the back, Michael. We've heard 4-4-2. We will see what happens. Both plausible systems. We'll see what happens when the players come out and the team shape will reveal itself. Daniel says, Palmer, Ramal, has pushed Kane out of the side. Haven't seen much of Kane yet. Britain has been class in his first season. Yeah, Britain's been very good, hasn't he? Right wing back came in from Milton Keynes, didn't he? In terms of Palmer, I'm actually impressed with Ishmael because when Matty James, the loan stopped and then he went off to Coventry and Ishmael said, oh, we want to work with our own players. The first thing I thought was, oh, that just sounds like an excuse. They haven't been able to keep James. But it was the complete truth, wasn't it? Because Palmer has played tons of football since then. So fair dues to Palmer. He was and Ishmael. He was speaking the truth, wasn't he? Benjani. By the way, is everyone's sound okay? You'll hear me? I can bring the mic forward a little bit. I don't want it to distort if it goes too close or get into the shot really too much. But what are you going to do, hey? Just amazing for Barnsley. Yes, it's sometimes ugly if teams try to match us. If teams play their own game, it's more entertaining. Yes, indeedy. Stephen, can see Rotherham. We're just getting the first pictures of the stadium, so I assume the players are on their way soon. I'm just seeing the most blatant penalty claim I think I've ever seen. The Southampton goalkeeper on Phil Foden in the... I hadn't seen this. Not entirely sure why you need a super duper close up to see that, but there you go. Can see Rotherham struggling late. Yeah, I agree with that. It's going to be very tricky for Rotherham, isn't it, in terms of the schedule at the end of the season. Now, you don't have to worry about him. I'd like MK to be in the Championship. I live nearby. What else are we saying? Palmer was with Man City Youth. I did not know that. Benjani. Mowat is leaving in the summer, sadly, for the contract to get to this point. Yeah, you never know, John. You never know sometimes. Although, if anyone asked me for an example, I can't think of one. But yeah, for it to go this long, you would think. Should have started Morris over Chaplin. Well, he's been right 7 games in a row, Ishmael, hasn't he? So we're nearly there. A few more comments here. Lewis, still think lockdown affects bigger teams more as atmosphere pushes the players. Maybe. We've heard all sorts of theories. We'll find out when people are back. James was getting 18 grand a week. Yeah. Lot of money, especially in COVID year, isn't it? Derby look like they've come for a point. We'll find out. Honestly, Phil, we've heard perfectly sensible arguments as to it being a back four and a back three. We'll find out when the players line up, won't we? But yeah, remember, matching up doesn't always mean coming for a point. Sometimes it just makes the pitch a bit of an easier place to navigate, doesn't it? So we'll see. We'll see how they play. I work with a couple of Barnsley fans, seem to be playing football the right way. Last year, we were grateful for the points in a game. We were woeful. I do think we would still go up. Mow it in no rush to sign. Master of understatement there. Phil. I'm an Aston Villa, and in no way will Barnsley match the 10-game streak. Well, maybe they won't, the Nat podcast, but we must say that's a complete apples to oranges comparison. Barnsley coming from League One, winning 7 on the trot, as opposed to Villa winning 10 with Grealish, Abraham, McGinn, Tuan Zabi. Go on and on and on and on. Again, it's the expectations that that make things different and make us very enthusiastic about this Barnsley run. Matched up against Bournemouth and played really well. Yeah, it's not always. I know from watching Ipswich, Mick McCarthy used to do it all the time. If the opponents played 3, he'd play 3 just to get symmetry on the pitch. And yeah, that was a defensive measure, but doesn't always need to be so, does it? So we will see how it goes. Fair enough, says Nat. There you go. Obviously, brilliant achievement from Villa, even with those brilliant players, to do the 10-game run. You've got to go back to Charlton in 99-2000, who won 12 on the trot. Remember, we do have the spectre of Norwich lurking in the background with all of their good players on 7 on the trot as well. They could go 8, 9, with Sheffield Wednesday at the weekend, haven't they? So, be honest, after watching Barnsley last weekend, I can't work how they won 2 on the spin. Must have been it was an off day, John. If you watched the game against Brentford, they were very, very good. So, yeah, and I think what's happening to Barnsley now is what happens to all teams that win a few games, is that people set up to stop it, don't they? And think this is now a difficult point. Oh, gonna interview any football, but add some variety. Sorry, Plucky. You fed up on my face, fella. Let me know if you want to see anyone interviewed, if you're fed up of hearing me talk. But yeah, we've had a few interviews on the channel. Obviously, it's hard to get out and about at the moment, but we're trying our best. Oh, don't say that, Louis. My Rams TV is working. That's what I'm watching on before. If you can help me out in the comments, because last night was an absolute nightmare. We just constantly had people asking what platform I was watching on. If you can answer for me in the chat when those comments come up. I'm on Rams TV. Anytime Barnsley are above the bottom 6 in the Championship, they're seriously punching. Surely in the bottom 3, budget-wise, well, not necessarily budget-wise, but spend-wise, yes. They've got the budget, haven't they? But you can't, well, rather the ownership's got money, hasn't it? But can't spend it, can you, in the Championship? 13 million a year on the FFP limit. Name a better combination than Ben and Chris Gore a mile away. Yeah, that was a good chat, that, wasn't it? Enjoyed that one. Always good to speak to Chris. A fine broadcaster. A professional, no less. Right, players coming out. I'm guessing will be behind what's actually going on in the real world. Let me check. I hope they haven't already kicked off, because we'd be way behind. Or the stream would be way behind. No indication that they have. You will all be very pleased to hear I can see Keith Stroud on my screen. Referee Stroud tonight let's give him some credit. We all got massively brassed off with Stroud last season. He seems to have been better this season, I have to say. Incoming controversial decision from referee Stroud, but I'm pretty sure he's been better this season. I don't know what you guys think. Bazzy's got 2-1 Barnsley at 8-1. Let me know any bets you've got in and on. The Derby players are lined up on the side of the pitch, and I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. If anyone knows what's going on with this, that's very strange. As the Barnsley players took a knee, the Derby players all stood along the side of the pitch. If anyone knows why that is, I'm sure it's very mundane. Then let me know. Here's Charlie with his cherries. He's probably hoping for a Derby win in this one for sure from a Bournemouth perspective. Standing as one collective team. Well, I don't want to get into the politics, Lewis, but I did kind of wonder, after about 3 weeks of people taking the knee, well, some people are holding their arm up, some people aren't, and then some people are standing up, and then I thought we were supposed to be collective here. So, more power to them if that makes more of a statement and actually standing together rather than lots of people doing lots of different things, which wasn't the point really in the first place. We've kicked off. Edmondson's gone in for a header. I think he's won a free kick. Right, the first thing we need to do is have a look at the team shape as it pertains to Derby. Roos has got a goal kick for the Rams. He holds up one arm. Where's he putting it? So Wisdom's quite high up. It's gone through to Lee Gregory, who's offside. So I've literally had the wide shot for about 1 second in this game. So unable to answer that question as yet. The joys of iFollow. And it's a restart now for Barnsley, which Collins is going to take. And we'll get a better idea now. Or will we? A huge goal kick. 6. No, that does look like a back three. With Wisdom right wing back. And Forsyth left wing back. Possibly. Wisdom right wing back, Forsyth left wing back, Edmondson, I think Mengi in the middle, Clark left centre back, and then we'll just see how they configure the midfield. Yeah, you get a good view of it here actually. So yeah, Mengi is the middle guy there. We'll just see whether they're going to go 2 central midfielders and a number 10, or whether 2 central midfielders and they'll try and maybe split Josh Viak, maybe in Gregory. I don't know. Neither Gregory or Kazim Richards strikes me as the sort of player who's going to want to drop out wide at any point. So, although Kazim Richards is quite short there, sort of in a 10 position. But here come Barnsley. Tried to clip through for DK there. Cut out. Wisdom in the right back position. Here comes the press, and Derby just play the channel. So the most straightforward way to play against the press is just play over it and round it, and you've got nothing to press then. So it's just a matter of keeping possession yourself the other end as and when it happens. Here's Wisdom. That's cut out by Woodrow. Josh Viak, Lewis has just put up there, Josh Viak's good centrally. The position he's taken up at the moment looks like he's playing a number 10 or a free role, however you want to look at it. He's not playing wide, I don't think. So it's 3 centre-backs, 2 wing-backs, holding midfielder times 2, really. I shouldn't think Shinnie and Knight, although Knight's physically very good. Josh Viak will try and then get to support Kazim Richards and Gregory up top. So I guess it is sensible matching up against Barnsley. It's free kick to Derby, by the way, in a decent crossing position. Shinnie can stick this into the box. 3 minutes 50 on the clock. Shinnie with the free kick over on the right-hand side. He's going to curl this one in left-footed. Here comes Shinnie. Swung in, good ball, and good defending by Hellick on the back post. Corner for Derby. Derby have been good from set plays, haven't they? Although no Nathan Byrne in the team, who I know takes a number of the right-footed set plays. I think Josviak is going to take this one. Corner for Derby, left-hand side. Josviak right-footed. Kazim Richards comes short. Ball goes to the back post. Punched clear by Collins, and he grabs it back. And Derby just edging the opening 4 minutes and 45 seconds of this one. Going back to my point about the whole matching up thing, you know you're going to get pressed by the three front players, so you may as well give yourself that numbers, not even advantage, that numbers parity at the back. Styles hooks it up in the air. Wisdom clears. Back with Styles. Knight wins it. Good feet by Knight. Kazim Richards to Wisdom. Wisdom tries to play forward early. Kazim Richards. And it's going to be a throw in to Barnsley. Derby are giving as good as they get early on in this one. Engaging in the press, trying to move the ball into the channels nice and quickly, not letting Barnsley start to ramp up like we saw at the start of this run against Brentford, where the press was mighty effective. By the way, you can support via Super Chat at any point in the broadcast. First Super Chatter becomes King of the Bin, owns the sponsorship of the bin. You can also support over on Patreon exclusive content, including the Thursday Q&A, which I'm recording, as you would imagine, with it being Thursday tomorrow morning. If you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and you see anything that looks like that, hit the thumbs up button and support. Obviously on YouTube, hit subscribe, ring the bell. Big goal kick by Ruth. Gregory chases, Anderson clears. Mowat, first touch for him. Woodrow hooks it on. DK's coming back from an offside position. And it's back with Keller Roos. Not much possession for Barnsley so far. Derby are trying to stretch the game in the opposite direction. Have done so here. One for Josviak to chase. He ain't getting that. And it's a goal kick for Barnsley. This game is staccato, let's just say. Lots of restarts and the ball going forward very quickly and then going dead. Not too much flow for it. It's referee Langford, one of our favourites, the fourth official. The man who's given the most cards, yellow cards rather, of any referee this season. That goal kick has gone out and it's going to be a throw-in to Derby. Who is Ron on your T-shirt? Handsome guy, is that you when you were scrubbed up? It's Ron Swanson, for goodness sake, from Parks and Recreation. What a legend. Up the Rams, says Dan. Good luck if you support either of these teams. I'm not going to wish good luck to anyone who's close to one of these teams in the table and wants them to lose for that reason. That always feels a little bit Schadenfreude, yeah. Here is Wisdom with the throw. And I thought he was going to go in long then. He's quite high up the pitch. Takes his time. Looks for Kazim Richards. Cleared away. Woodrow hooks it over his shoulder. Clark chasing back. Booming back pass. Roos does well there actually to chest it down. DK comes in and presses him. It looks like the wind is very much with Barnsley from how that ball held up when Roos cleared it. Woodrow has gone and fouled Knight. Referee Stroud pulls out the yellow card. Woodrow just miscontrolled, slides in there, and the foul is given, and the yellow card is given to Coyle Woodrow, first one of the game. 9 minutes, 11 seconds on the clock. Familiar pattern here. Roos with the restart. He's going to go up long. Holds up in the wind again. And Barnsley try to get out. It's knocked down the line. Here's DK. DK tries to spin Mengi. Mengi does pretty well there. And Barnsley win the throw, which Callum Britton is going to take. Just finding the right spot on the touchline. To Palmer. It's back out with Britton. He touches it back and out it goes. You can see the corner flag absolutely flapping and swirling round. It must be really windy up at Oakwell tonight. Come on, Tarn. I assume that's Yorkshire for Town. I have not watched the Roberto Baggio documentary on Netflix. There's a Pele one on there as well at the moment. Lots to watch. And I finished The Crown, and we've nearly done US MasterChef as well now. Watched all the TV over lockdown. A long one forward. They're making it hard for Derby now, particularly with these high balls. So throw into Barnsley down the left. Mowat passes it to Styles, as in hands him the ball, literally. Here is Mowat now, crossing position. In it goes to the near post, and it is with Roos. Here's a Manchester City goal. They are 4-1 up. Mahrez, nice feet in the middle of the box, takes his sweet time and bangs it into the corner. Left-footed. Manchester City 4, Southampton 1 in the Premier League game. So that's a good finish that by Mahrez from that angle. Very, very nice shot. As Manchester City are careering towards the Premier League title. Flick through. Here's DK into the box. Good defending by Mengi. He's actually done really well because he's drawn a foul there. DK just goes to swing with the right foot and hit it on the half volley. Woodrow flipped it over the top. Mengi, very front foot defending there. Keep your eye on that if he jumps into tackles because he did it really well there. But just keep your eye on it is all I'll say. And he manages to just divert the ball out. Very, very bitty game, this one so far. And would you believe Southampton have then immediately scored? It's Manchester City 4, Southampton 2. I think Jay Adams has scored. I haven't seen a replay. Let's have a look now. So pretty much straight from kickoff, booted down the right-hand side, flicked on, half cleared, Ward-Prowse. Oh, it's just really messy. It's Redmond, I think. Shots deflected, goes into Adams. A really messy goal, that. Manchester City were not concentrating there in the slightest after going 4-1 up, were they? And Che Adams scores. I think he scored at Sheffield United in the week. It's another restart for Derby goalkeeper Keller Roos. 13 minutes, 2 seconds on the clock here. Long one down the ground. Josviak goes up in an area with Helic, which he's never going to win. Big one in the channel for DK to chase. And DK, for the second time in about 90 seconds, commits a foul. This one on Matt Clark. to follow up the one on Mengi. And another restart. What's the Barnsley Twitter saying? Something about the wind there. Let me just read this tweet. The wind is howling here in Bedfordshire. Not that there's any. The wind is beginning to whip through Oakwell. Challenging conditions for both teams, says the Barnsley Twitter. Cleared down the line by Mengi. Burton. Here comes Barnsley down the left. DK tries to help it on. Deflected. Mengi wants Ruth to come for it. He does get there in the end. It did look for 1 second like he wasn't going to make it. Long one over the top. Gregory tries to control it. I assume he wasn't offside then. In which case, they nearly caught out the high line there for the first time. Did Derby. As Wisdom hoofs that one clear. If Gregory controls that, he's actually in behind. But he did not control it. Remember that Barnsley 3 at the back comes all the way up to halfway, doesn't it? 15 on the clock now. Burton with a throw-in. I can't believe what's going on. I look to my right again, and there's another goal for Manchester City. There's been 3 goals in about 2 minutes here in this game. Let's have a look at this one. Kyle Walker is coming down the right. Drills it in low to Foden, to De Bruyne, who kind of waltzes through and strokes it home with his right foot. 5-2 to Manchester City in the Premier League. Styles, lovely ball forward to DK, poor from him, gives it away. Shinnie goes 50-50 with Palmer, wins that one fairly. Here's Mowat, though, on the turnover. Burton, goodness me. I don't think that was a shot. Looked like he was setting himself up to cross it. Let me have another look. That's a cross, yeah. With the wind behind it, fires it, and just flies over the top of the bar. In these conditions, could easily catch out a goalkeeper. Very, very windy. Very windy in Barnsley. Great goal, KDB. Negative points for Bednarek. Surely you lot are filling your boots with your fantasy points with 7 goals and this one on the telly, on the other screen. Scoring every attack there. Header over for Southampton. Knight has gone down. He's back up again. Went 50-50 with Styles. What did I watch with Gillian Anderson in Ben? It was like a crime drama thing. It's set in Ireland. Someone will tell me. Can't remember what it was called. It's good. Josviak wants a corner or a free kick. I don't think he's going to get either here. Burton just gets there first. Josviak throws himself to the ground. It's a goal kick for Collins, for Barnsley. This is going to be a real battle. Whoever is able to get a win here is going to do so in a quite bitty game, in very, very high winds, with one side's reputation for pressing, meaning that the ball is flitting back and forwards at very, very high speeds, let's just say. There you go. The fall. That might even have been a BBC job. It's very good, though. Here's DK. Mowat slips it over the top. Didn't quite run for Connor Chaplin there. And Keller Roos has got it again. It was just clipped over the top by Mowat. Thought Chaplin might get on the end of that at one point, but Clark is covering him there, and it goes straight through to Ruth. Big clearance again by Derby. It's not recurring. It's all the way back again. I suspect if we look at the touch map here, the goalkeepers have had more touches than anybody, I reckon. Woodrow hits the volley on the left foot there. A very, very difficult chance. But a shot, nonetheless, from Woodrow there. Completely slices it. Never looked like a goal. Swans cast. How has the match been? Not very good so far. End to end, but not in the way we like. Matt Clark is having something done from the physio here. Maybe he has a cut. Yeah, I think they're just gluing up a cut on his forehead above his left eye. Bless you. Thank you. They're still taking their time treating Clark, who presumably has got some kind of bump to the head. Things that go bump in the night. Let's have a look. Didn't see what happened there. He just jumped with, I think it was Chaplin he jumped with, who's Clark's way bigger. The wind injured him. Goal kick to Derby. Kelleroos is going to take it. Matt Clark has had whatever was up above his eyebrow glued together. And down the ground goes the goal kick. Palmer in midfield just launches it forward. And Clark heads it back. I would suggest the average phase of play in this game so far has had 4 passes or fewer. And many have had less, let's just say. Another big goal kick forward. And that one is going to be a 1-pass phase of play. Looks much less windy in Manchester City than it does in Oakwell. Don't know how many miles they are apart up in the north. Anyone do that? Oakwell to the Etihad. There you go. We play a game. Who can guess the amount of miles between Oakwell and the Etihad? Styles on the floor manages to flip it away. It's with Palmer. That's a great turn by Palmer there. A little Cruyff turn by the central midfielder. Palmer continues to drive forward, crosses in, deflects, and doesn't quite go out for a corner. And Derby have got it clear for Barnsley. A throw. Good little run there by Palmer. Great turn on Knight. And then he runs away from Shinnie afterwards. But no final ball there. Here's Mowat, edge of the box. DK tries to flick it on. And Derby come clear with Shinnie. They tried to go in behind for Gregory. Anderson wins it in the air. And he hoiks it clear this time. And guess where the ball is? It's with the Derby keeper. 23:30 on the clock. Yeah, enclosed stadium helps, doesn't it? Nowhere for the wind to howl through like there is at good old Oakwell. All the stands are different sizes and there's gaps in between, isn't there? In it howls over the Barnsley hills. 35 miles apparently between the two. Oh, knocked over the top. Chaplin into the box there. I think there's an offside flag gone up. It's strange this, because now it almost feels like Barnsley have a style of play that's kind of like this. Teams set up to play against it, which makes them double down on their style to exaggerate like it's like that. Do you know what I mean? This is like Barnsley on whatever here. Huge long ball through again by Larbey. And yet again, the ball is with one of the keepers. Collins, huge boot forward by him. Not a short goal kick in sight tonight. Headed up towards DK. Woodrow heads on. And Knight. Wisdom. He goes long. Turned over to Civic, though. Here's Mowat in central midfield. Mowat clips that one into the channel. DK is chasing in. Mengi has to put it out for a corner in the end. Mowat just chipped it into the channel. And DK was closest to the ball, but Chaplin was coming in behind him as well. Very rudimentary stuff, this at the moment. Just both sides in the wind are just basically gone very direct. Corner for Barnsley. Burton is going to take it. In it goes right-footed. Swung in on Ruth, who does well, actually. Players converging on him. Wind blowing the ball in towards him. And he makes the catch and just makes it very clear to the ref that did not go over the goal line. Here's Knight in the centre circle and Clark. Almost feels like one where Rooney will say to his guys at half-time, just do what you need to in this game. I know we have a way we want to play, but it ain't going to work tonight. So do what you need to, low-risk stuff, and get out of here with a clean sheet and see what you can do. Kazim Richards knocked into the channel for Yoshviak to chase. Collins comes out from goal, ends up just booting it out into the crowd. It's thrown for Larbey down the right. Wisdom is going to take. Yoshviak back to Wisdom, tries to clip it into the front. Not a good ball. And it's hoofed clear by Michael Hellick. $27.40 on the clock. Kazim Richards switches play out to Forsyth. Plays it into Gregory. Tries to cross in Forsyth and Civic deflects it out for a corner. And I've pulled out my headphones. There we go. I can hear myself again. You could hear me all along, I hope. Who's had the most possession? No one's had any possession, either team. It's just going from back to front very quickly. There is Sergio Aguero about to come on for Manchester City. What a player. Corner for Derby, 28:32 on the clock. Can they put pressure on the Barnsley keeper? Not with a corner like that. Doesn't beat the first man, headed out. Forsyth tries to lob it back in, but completely overcooks it. And a wasted opportunity from the set play there from Derby. I haven't been able to get up the pitch too much, but they need to make better, particularly on set plays, than that. However, the wind does seem to be a factor in this game, and the wind will be with Derby in the second half. Big goal kick, flicked on by DK. Chaplin chases, Clark does well, nods it back to Roos. And we should have done a drinking game tonight. You have to take a sip of your beer every time one of the goalkeepers is about to boot the ball down the pitch, because it seems to have happened about 100 times in this game already. Down the line it goes for Woodrow. Launched forward again. And rather ambitious long-range shot, which actually ends up in the back of the net there from Connor Chaplin, but everything had stopped. DK, I think, fouled Edmondson, and Chaplin volleyed the ball from way out over Roos's head into the net. But what are you going to do? And everybody take a sip of your drink. Here's Derby keeper Roos, who's going to boot this restart down the ground. Here it comes. Nodded on by Forsyth. Here's Joshviak in the box. Holds it up. Back out it goes to Clark. Dreadful cross by Clark. And the quality of this game is deteriorating rapidly, I must say. Not to my amusement. Big hoof down the ground by Barnsley. Mengi, nice touch. Give him that. Brings it down. Plays it out to Edmondson. Edmondson hoofs it down the pitch. And out comes Collins, playing sweeper, heads it away. And then Styles hoofs it down the pitch. And it's all the way through from Roos. I'm sorry, guys. This is rubbish. This is a really bad game now. The doubling down on the missing the press and the long balls. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. There's not a lot of football being played. The wind is not helping, but this is not a good game of football. And as you can see, I'm starting to get annoyed now. Throw in for Derby. 31-38 on the clock. Wisdom clips it down the line looking for Joshviak. Styles. And out it goes for a throw-in. I would very much like to see after this game one of those ball in play stats where it tells you how long the ball was actually in play for during this game. Derby versus Watford or this game. Look, let's give it a chance. But it's not good. It's really not good. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to. You know my enthusiasm for football sometimes, but this is rubbish at the moment. We know the players have had a long season and we know it's windy. But if I avert my eyes that way, I can see Man City and Southampton knocking the ball about here. What are you going to do, hey? A drink along. Don't fall asleep. I'm not going to fall asleep. I'm going to pay attention, Robin. Has anyone told you look like Gabriel Batistuta? No, but what a player he was. Shall we do a Mexican wave? Get things moving. Stop it, because when I watch a rubbish football match, I start to get irritated, and that'll amuse everybody in the chat. Into the box for DK. DK tries to head it goal, which I think possibly fouled Edmondson there. Yeah, and he heads it wide. Referee Stroud is pointing for a free kick. I think the header was well wide. I'm on the rum and coke. I'm trying not to drink this week, John. I had one bottle, you know, one of those where it's like 660 mils, one of those last night. So I'm not going to drink anything today. Swanscast says, this is what it's been like watching us for the last month. I think there is an air of this now as we get to the end of the season and teams are knackered and just trying to get through games, aren't they? We get an international break soon, don't we? So I think maybe things will perk up after the international break. But yes, here's Styles. Styles into Mowat. And then Mowat goes long. I thought we were going to get 3 passes in a row then. But no. Throw into Barnsley. Britton. Britton throws it into Chaplin. Into the front for DK, who holds it up well. Chaplin blasts the long range. It's blocked very early in its trajectory. And up steps Anderson to boot the ball straight out of play. Again. Oh dear. Sounds like the game needs a goal, as they say. It needs 2 completed passes, Craig, first. Bits bet in WhatsApp to cheer you up. Is that the average pass length will be over 60 yards in this game, Bits? Oh, I'm getting vexed with it now. What's the Bits bet say? Let's have a look. Crossed in, looking for DK. DK heads goalwards from like 18 yards. 0-0, 9 match corners and 3 booking points at 7-1. Go on, Bits. There is the Bits bet. Stephen's on the red wine. Red wine. Tiredness is a big issue. I think it is. Yeah. And when it's a rescheduled midweek game and the wind's howling, it's almost a case of, right, just don't lose. Keep a clean sheet and see if we can get out of here with a win. Both teams saying that. Into the channel for, oh my God. Gregory to chase, and Gregory cannot make it. He ends up jumping over the barrier. Joseph, how's the game going? Got Barnsley on my acca. The game's not good, Joseph, but it's massively, massively even. So literally any outcome is possible because there's no football being played, really. Big, huge, hoofed long goal kick forward. Woodrow chases. And Wisdom boots it up in the air. DK heads it out of play. 1, 2, 3 touches, out again. Oh, dear. Shall I just watch Man City and Southampton? There's only 10 minutes left, to be fair. Wisdom's going to take the throw. He's going to get as far away from his goal as he can. Mowat knocks it forward. DK knocks it up in the air. Now, DK has been caught by Mengi, and this is a chance for Barnsley in quite a good position for Mowat to put a left-footed free kick in. So we may have the possibility of a chance being created here. Imagine that. It's not recurring. Excuse me. As a Huddersfield fan, reminds me of the final 15 minutes of the last game. What happened in that one? Was it just keep the ball away from the goal? Keep the ball away from the pitch, for goodness sake. Right, here comes Mowat. The big guys are forward, as in Anderson and Hellick and Sibic. Let's see if Mowat, who's a good player, can get some quality on this delivery. No. Headed out by Wisdom. Styles wins it back, and Mowat puts it back in the mixer, underhits it. Clark heads it out. Throw in Barnsley. The big guys are up. I wonder if they'll give this one to Callum Styles, and he is going to throw it in long. Looks like it. Number 4, Styles, has come across to take the throw. And I think it's going to swirl in with the wind. No, he's gone short. Styles gets it back. Good play by Woodrow to get it back to Styles. He miscontrols. And Andre Wisdom boots the ball as hard as he can towards halfway. Barnsley win it back, and then it's turned over. And then it's a free kick. Oh, referee Stroud, to be fair, has played a good advantage then. And guess what? Andre Wisdom boots the ball as hard as he can down the ground. And Callum Britton tries to do the same and miskicks it. But it's fallen for Chaplin in midfield. Britton knocks it into the front, looking for DK. He kind of just stumbled there. And the ball is dead and out for a throw-in. I've betted 800 quid on Barnsley. I'm a more UFC guy, but here we are. Well, if that's true, good luck to you, because you're going to make a fortune if they win. Moet was a great player for us. Leeds, I presume. Seemed to lose his way. A move was best for him. Wasn't impressed at the time. Very good now. If this match was dinner, it would be a shepherd's pie. Dull as dishwater. 39-36 on the clock. The ball is dead. The game is dead. Ruth is going to, I keep saying it, he's going to kick the ball as far as he can down the ground. Here he comes. And he does just that. Kazim Richards goes up for the flick on, doesn't win it. Wisdom heads it forward. It's cleared by Barnsley. Oh, God. DK tries to win it and Clark boots it straight through to Collins in goal. Collins has then booted it as far as he could. This is utter rubbish, honestly. Oh, my God. Oh. And another long ball forward is knocked out and it's a goal kick for Derby. This is terrible. It's absolutely terrible. No offence to any fans of either of these teams. I know it's windy. I know the players are knackered. I have every respect for the players. They've kept us entertained through all of this. But yeah, this is really bad. Really, really bad game, this. Wisdom heads it on. Kazim Richards gets up. Sibic dueling with Yoshviak and industrial hoof forward goes all the way through to Roos in goal. For Derby, dear, 41-10 on the clock. Deary me. What's your halftime highlights then? Look, we just do Q&A at halftime and not talk about this game because it's awful. Not a fan of the match. No, I'm not. Deary me. Don't worry, it'll get better in the second half. Right, here comes Wisdom. Down the right-hand side, Wisdom crosses. Half cleared. And then fully cleared by Styles. I'm just going to get really excited anytime anyone goes near a goal. Just give me a goal, anybody. Forsyth knocks it down the line to Yoshviak down the left. Oh, good feet by Yoshviak. Reverse ball through to Shinny as well. Well, Shinny's run it out, but there was more football played in the last 25 seconds than there has been in the previous 25 minutes. We saw a whole dribble and a reverse ball. Okay, the pass was not completed, but there was an attempt to play some football. Could this game benefit? Do you know, this game wouldn't benefit from game. This game would benefit from the fake news sin bin, where I can just randomly pull off players and send them to the sin bin for 5 minutes at a time, just to guarantee a goal happens. So let's hope Ishmael's substitutions at halftime will make it better. We will see. As the ball is played long and delivered back, here comes Collins to sweep. Yoshviak chased him down then and did get something on that. It's a Derby throw, so it must have hit Yoshviak, hit a Barnsley player and then gone out. Derby have been on top for the last 2 minutes, but there is no on top in this game because there's no territory. It's literally just going from back to front over and over again. If it continues like this, the way a team will win is just someone's going to make a mistake or someone's going to score a set play. That's all that can possibly happen because there is literally no pattern of play, no attacking phase longer than a few passes. Take me back to what was Wimbledon's ground called? Plough Lane. Remember that? Guess what, guys? Keller Roos has got the ball. And guess what he does with it? He hits it as hard as he can down the ground. Kazim Richards controls. And it's then returned. Edmondson plays it back to Roos. I swear Roos has had 100 touches in this half. It goes long again, holds up in the wind. Here comes Kazim Richards, gets a chest on it, hooks it forward, and Styles heads it out for a throw-in. So a little bit more attacking momentum here for Derby. I'm going to be thoroughly depressed if there's more than 1 minute stoppage time of this. As we come up to half-time, Wisdom throws it in, headed clear, and Knight goes back into Mengi. Mengi tries to clear it. Chaplin charged it down. It could have broken for DK, but it falls for Clark. Clark plays into the front. That may be a foul on Gregory. Yes, it is. By, I think it was Anderson. And a potential attacking set play here for Derby. Kazim Richards has just run straight up to the ball. So maybe he's thinking about a shot. Hector to Reeve, Alex. This is goalkeeper to goalkeeper, not centre half to centre half. Deary me. Where's the midfield general to put his foot on the ball? He's just stood in the middle watching it go over his head either way. Right, leaving my bias at the door. There's a free kick to Derby. I hope someone just smashes it in the top corner so we get some kind of shot on goal. Bourbon or custard cream? It's a custard cream for me. Now, other opinions are available, of course. Okay. It's an indirect free kick, so I think they've got to touch it first before Kazim Richards hits the shot, which he does. Well charged down by Mowat, throws himself at it. I think that's gone for a corner. No. Gregory not happy with that decision. Yeah, they tried to generate an angle for Kazim Richards. To be fair to Mowat, he does well there. He throws himself at the cross. Uh, 46-18 on the clock. I think it was 2 minutes stoppage time, so we're nearly there. Goal kick headed up in the air by Mengi. Kazim Richards heads it on. I never thought I'd say this, but I think I want to hear from referee Stroud. Just stop the match, for goodness sake. Flicked on. Josviak chases. Ooh. Collins comes out sweeping. I think it's offside. Yeah, the offside flag was up. Uh, 47 up now. And thank God it is half time. And I will make these comments with full respect to both clubs and all the players. And every football player has worked so hard to entertain us while we've all been locked down. That was utterly awful. Utterly, utterly dreadful. One of the worst halves of football I've seen all season. I'm not apportioning blame to anybody, but what has obviously happened is Derby have come with the plan to miss out the Barnsley press. So they've spent the first couple of minutes trying to go forward early. Barnsley have doubled down on their tactic, and then the wind has started howling. And both managers have obviously said to their players, look, take no risks, get the ball forward and just get it away from our goal. And unfortunately, what has happened has been there's just been no football whatsoever. It's been so bad, so bad. It's not true. And I've seen both of these teams play really well this season, but Whether it's tiredness, I mean, I'm not there, so I can't tell you how strong the wind is. You can see the corner flag flapping about. When Ruth doesn't get a good connection on a clearance, and believe me, he's had lots of practice, you can see the ball kind of loop up like that, like it's getting stuck in the wind. But look, whatever. I'm not making any judgment on anybody who's at work on this game. But as a watch, it's just been horrible. Absolutely horrible. We'll do the numbers, but I mean, what is there really to say? Here they are. 52-48 on the possession. Look at that. 153 and 140 passes with both sides just about 50% accuracy. So literally every other pass in this game the ball has been given away. No shots on target for Derby. One on target for Barnsley. Couple of corners. Big chance. I don't remember a big chance. See what Infogol says on that. But yes, I don't know what to say. Look, we're here. We do the channel. There's still big stories that can come from this, especially if Barnsley do go on and somehow Hunger Games out a win from this one. If anybody wins this game, they've got my respect, because they're going to have to hack through some awful conditions. And but let's be honest, it's going to be a mistake or it's going to be a set play. Man of the match so far is referee Stroud. I'm not having a pop at the players. I know they're probably knackered, and I know the wind is an absolute nightmare. I get it, but oof. Let's have a look at the table at half time, and then I need to just calm myself down, because I get vexed, you see. I expect better from my championship. There's the table. So, I mean, a draw for Barnsley, it's their game in hand. It's not the worst thing in the world, is it? A draw and a clean sheet as it stands, put them up to 58. They'll think they can win, but Derby will think they can win. And both managers will be saying, look, it's ugly, just don't make any mistakes. And if you're the team that makes the mistake, you probably lose the game. So I'm not ruling out either team winning this game. I cannot give you any sense of which direction the game is trending in, because it's not trending in any direction. Normally we can say, oh, da-di-da-di-da, and if this continues, they will win, or vice versa. But there's just nothing there, I'm afraid. Shall we do some Q&A to get over this? It's half time. Look, I'm not doing it for the sake of entertainment. I'm very, very fair I'm always enthusiastic. I don't mind games without goals in if there's a tactical battle going on and, you know, both sides are cancelling each other out. I really don't mind. But when it's crap, you've got to call it crap, haven't you? So, hey ho, as we see, Souness and Cates and Lescott get to talk about 7 goals in Manchester City. Yeah, not jealous much. Isn't it great we can complain about football again, though? Well, yeah. Will I do a video on Championship Survival? Yeah, sure. When we get to 10 games to go, we'll do a series of videos on the likely outcomes in playoff races and whatnot. Tom, woohoo, great half. Bazzy, that is absolute fake news. We did Leeds and West Ham on Monday night. It was 2-0. So yeah, don't be perpetuating the fake news narrative. Obviously, the content is free. I'll try my best. I have no control over the quality of the games. Only what I do, I'm afraid. Woeful first half, and yeah, it was. That wind is horrible. Yeah, we've given the guys playing credit for the wind being horrible. We do get that. Biscuit Chat is the way forward in this game. I tell you the ones I like. Foxes. They're in a dark blue packet. They're like Viennese fingers. I think you get about 10 in a pack, but I reckon I can do a pack in about 2.5 minutes. I reckon, just smashing them down. Tunnock's caramel wafers. It really is a strong biscuit theme here. An Emmerdale watch along would have been more exciting. I don't think I've ever seen Emmerdale in my life. I'm not sure I have. I think of all the weather conditions, wind is the one that most affects football. Yeah, and I think it was Paul in the chat made a really good point that in an open stadium, and obviously it's Yorkshire and hilly and all of that good stuff, it can really get in and swirl around, can't it? Sometimes, stadiums where the sides are all equal out, you don't get the swirl so much, do you? But yeah, what are you going to do, hey? Anything else here? Champions League is on. Liverpool on BT Sport. Should we get that on? We'll get that on out of the corner of my eye. Let me go to the sports section on here. Liverpool, Red Bull Leipzig, or PSG. Isn't PSG Barcelona a blowout? Wasn't that like 4-1 in the first leg? We'll go with Liverpool, who are playing RB Leipzig, I think. Didn't they get really, really far? Secret Barnsley fan here. I wasn't disappointed. I was disappointed it wasn't on the red button, but it doesn't sound like I've missed much. It's not been good, roads and rails. And obviously we credit the Barnsley run has been absolutely fantastic, but it just doesn't feel like the evening for some exciting, watchable football here. Fog is worse. Oh God, yeah. I remember a game between Ipswich and Wigan where you couldn't see up the other end. I'm surprised they got to the end. Please, Ben, watch along the Liverpool game. I've put it on, and it's there out of the corner of my eye. As I love that referee Clement Turpin of France, like Dick Turpin, tremendous. He looks like fun. Morris will probably end up scoring like he did at QPR. Well, again, I can offer no real, if I ever do, insightful input into how the second half is going to go, other than to say we're looking at a mistake or a set play. That's all it could be. Not the best championship advert. Oh, Liverpool are 2-0 up. I suppose it's less of a blowout than the other one. We'll have it on. The pitch looks lovely. The lovely HD picture here. The floodlights look nice and everything's lovely and bright. We'll keep it on. Edward, why are Barnsley fans complaining? We always come out strong. I don't think I've heard any Barnsley fans complaining about the actual performance. It's just been a really horrible game to watch, hasn't it? Edward, what's James saying? Liverpool will get the job done tonight. Champions League's the only hope of salvaging something. Yes. As a Derby fan, I don't really care about us playing entertaining football as long as we stay up. Squad overhaul at the end of the season. Indeed. Again, my criticisms of this game, I'm not having a pop at any of the players. I promise I'm not. You just end up in these situations sometimes where it just becomes risk averse and, wind and tiredness and all of those things that we've already mentioned, and a tactical doubling down. Yes. Dick Turpin, not Clement Turpin. No, if anyone put on my faux French Del Boy accent. Like his great uncle. There you go. Okay. Well, Rams TV is showing me some Derby youth football by the look of it against Liverpool. I assume we're going back to the game in just a second. Half-time in this one. We should say thank you to our sponsor for watch-alongs. Charlie, 30 years of loyal, royal. Here's to many more. Charlie Frost. We thank him for his involvement. And thank you. If I put this banner up, you'll see we've gone over 14,500 subscribers on YouTube, which is fantastic, considering it's a bloke talking about football. That's it. Does exactly what it says on the tin. And a great bunch of subscribers in the chat for all of the streams. Don't cross the streams. There you go. Get me your England Euros teams. Get them in there. Get them in the chat. We've played this game before, haven't we? Which is always good fun. The Barnsley Twitter says, regroup, fist bump. A big 45 awaits us. Yeah, and if Barnsley get out and they win, they've won 8 games on the trot, and we can all forget what's, the way this game has sort of played out thus far. Yeah, under 18s look quite good for Derby here. I'm assuming we'll be taken back to the game any second. Maybe some subs will line it up. Hope so. A wet and windy Barnsley on a Wednesday night is what Rooney has always dreamed of. Hey? Oh, here come Liverpool. Oh, Salah nearly got in there. Come on, Rams TV. Take me off this under 18 stuff. I want to know what's going on, even if it is terrible. I've paid to watch it, so... Britain to score from a corner, says Chambo123. Well, the wind is blowing the other way now, isn't it? Is the issue. He would have had more chance scoring from a corner in that first half. But we are at the point now where we will take any type of goal. Right. Take us back to Oakwell now, Rams TV. Match Day Live. There you go. Oh, Jack's given us his whole squad there. Very nice. We seem to have a lot of gamblers in tonight who have all had a punt on Barnsley. There's Annie's actual team. Pope, Chilwell, Stones, Maguire, Trent, Henderson, Rice, Grealish, Sancho, Sterling, Kane. Get your England teams in then. Going to be fun, that, in the summer. We can do watch-alongs for England games. We are awaiting the start of the second half. I think they were delayed a bit on the first half. Dare I say, there wasn't a lot to talk about, so I've probably been padding for a good 10 minutes now during this half-time stoppage. Let's have a look at some of these other teams here. Pope, Trent, Stones, Maguire, Shaw. Shaw's been good recently, hasn't he? Rice, Phillips, Grealish, Rashford, Sterling, Kane. Pope, James, Stones, Keane, Chilwell, Henderson, Grealish, Mount, Foden, Kane, Sterling. England got some good players now, haven't they? Here's another one. Pope, Smalling, Konza. Nice. Stones, James, Phillips, Foden, Grealish, Saka, Kane, Calvert-Lewin in a 3-5-2. Nice. Pope, James, Maguire, Stones, Shaw, Rice, Henderson, Grealish, Rashford, Kane, Sancho. I think we could do something in this tournament when I'm seeing all of these teams coming up. Speaking of teams coming up, I'd like to see these two teams come up the tunnel and start the second half of this game here. We're still running adverts on Rams TV. Any more for any more? Pope, Shaw, Stones, Maguire, Wan-Bissaka, Henderson, Maddison, Grealish, Foden, Sancho, Kane. That looks like a whole squad from MJ there. England v Wales in the Euros. Looking forward to it. Very, very much looking forward to it. I'd love to see the second half of this one. Russ, there's no way in Christendom I'm reading out that team. That's awful. What's the watch-alongs this week? Who have we got? We've got Brentford playing Blackburn on Friday night, aren't they? And then the Saturday early game, we're going to have to be 15 minutes earlier on the Super Stream. By the way, the players are out. Are you ready for this second half now? Yes, who is it? Luton and somebody, I can't remember who it is on. So we do the Super Stream. Then it's Norwich and Sheffield Wednesday on Sunday. So we do all of them. There you go. Thank you, Leeds 21. Luton, Swansea. And we are into the second half now. You can keep your England teams coming in. I will focus on this abomination of a football match so far. Again, no disrespect to any of the players. It is what it is. It is what it is. Something that means absolutely nothing, but absolutely everything when it comes to situations like this. As we restart with Collins booting the ball down the ground, flicked on. Woodrow actually brings it down. Woodrow tries to play it to Styles. They've nicked in there in front. Throw-in taken quickly by Barnsley. Mowat, good cross in. Oh, big chance. Wow. And more has happened in the first minute of the second half than in the entire first half there. Mowat with a great cross there. It's Chaplin. Huge chance. He's about 5 yards out, middle of the goal. Sliding in. He should score. He puts it straight at Ruth, who makes the save. What excitement here. Goodness me. Mowat with the corner for Barnsley. In it goes and headed over the bar by Sibic, although referee Stroud says corner. Good start to this half by Barnsley. They should have taken the lead there from that Chaplin cross. Chance, rather, from Mowat's cross. Mowat with the corner. Takes it short. And another corner. It's going to be a throw-in, actually. Looks like Britain's going to launch the long throw in. In it goes. Flicked on. Mengi heads it out. Nodded back in by Styles. It's gone loose. Anderson plays it out. Smashed across by Britain and Derby clear. Good feet by Britain there this time. Gets it back to Mowat. Mowat clips it in. DK flicks it on towards the back post. And my goodness me, that 2.5 was the best 2.5 minutes of the game. Barnsley should take the lead. Mowat, excellent cross. And Chaplin shoots point blank range, point blank save. I suppose you have to say good save, but he shouldn't be in a position to actually make the save. And then a couple of other attacking phases there. Barnsley managing to hem Derby in and get a couple of crosses in with some decent quality and force a little bit of possession, territory and pressure. Let's see what pans out after this now, or whether we'll regress back to what was the pattern in the first half. Josviak tries to head it on. Cleared away. Wisdom knocks it backward. Edmondson has it. Josviak is knocked forward. Tried to switch the play there. It's just behind Forsyth. Forsyth tries to take on Chaplin. Chaplin telegraphs it, and it's a throw-in to Derby. 49:05 on the clock. Wasn't the Barnsley Swans game similar, and that was better second half? Do you know, I don't remember I probably would have remembered. The worse it is, probably the more I remember it, I guess. Oof. Edmondson hoofs it up in the air. Wisdom tries to flick it on. Hellick heads forward and it's booted down the ground and booted straight back by Matt Clark. Collins on sweeper duty again. Come on, guys. Don't let it deteriorate. We're on to something here for the first few minutes of this half. Here comes Josviak chasing through. Josviak's obviously been told, close down the Barnsley keeper every single time when he's on sweeper duty, especially with that ball's going to hold up in the wind going in that direction this half. Wisdom's just preparing to take a throw. I don't know what the hold up is. Wisdom tosses it in. Josviak's got it on the right wing. Josviak tries to get past, I think, Hellick, is it? Pass, might be Anderson. No, it's Anderson. And the ball bounces back off him. And it's a Barnsley throw. Coming up 51 minutes now. If we can have another few more 5 minutes like we've just had, then the standard of this game will have improved or is improving. Here's Mengi. Mengi plays it left. Knocked over the top by Forsyth. That's worked, except Josviak was offside. That high line working again. Barnsley were probably at us more second half. They had a few good chances. We got a few counters in. Oh, I do remember that game, actually, yeah. Swansea seemed to sort of eat up all their opportunities, didn't they? Big boot down the ground. DK's chasing for it. Ruth does well. Comes out and gathers it. I think Stroud says advantage. So presumably he's given a foul against DK there, jumping into Ruth. But Ruth has got the ball in his hands. So all good to continue. George just locked. Ow. Here's Forsyth on the left. Tries to play it into the channel. Deflects off Britain. And it's out for a throw. Adebayo, the substitute, on the sidelines there, gives it to Forsyth. The subs all acclimatising to the wind. Here's Kazim Richards, edge of the box. He's had it taken off him. Mowat, aimless ball forward by him. Closed down. Now, Wisdom, nice one into the channel, and the offside flag goes up. That one must have been quite tight. I thought Kazim Richards had timed his run there. Pitch looks horrible. Not great. Sean. Au revoir, Swans cast. My jaw is locked because of all the jaw-dropping football, yeah. Right. I sense sarcasm. Gregory tries to hold it up. He was having his shirt pulled by Hellick, and he wins a free kick. Here's Edmondson. God, the wind's rattling here. I can hear it here in Bedfordshire. Is Shinnie. Shinnie hits a shot low from the edge of the box, straight at Collins. Well, we have shots. Shots fired in this half. Chaplin should have scored. That was Shinnie with the left footer from the edge of the box. Liverpool 0, RB Leipzig 0 after 16 minutes and 20 seconds in the Champions League. If anyone's watching that, feel free to comment on that in the chat as well. And here come the substitutes. Carlton Morris is getting ready. Williams is getting ready. And Adebayo is getting ready. So we're about to have a triple substitution from Barnsley and Ishmael. DK tries to knock it through for Chaplin. Too much on that. And guess who's got it? Kelleroos. But for the first time in about 40 minutes, he throws it out to his fullback. One into the channel. Joshviak in behind. Joshviak into the penalty box. He goes down. Nothing given. Referee Stroud gives it one of those. Oof. Interested to see that one again. Huge hoof down the pitch then by Styles. Joshviak going down in the box there. He was running with Civic. The ball holds up in the air. I mean, there's nothing in it, but we see penalties get given all the time. There is a little bit of a hand on the shoulder, and Joshviak goes down, but I don't want to see penalties given for stuff like that. Right, here come the subs. Carlton Morris comes on and Corley Woodrow comes off. Victor Adebayo comes on. And I haven't seen who's gone off. And we're relying on the Barnsley Twitter here. Woodrow, Chaplin and Styles off. Morris, Adebayo and Williams on. So 2 forwards and the left wing back swapped. Just watch your tribute to the Stranglers keyboard player. Oh, thank you. Most impressed by it. Well, it's quite difficult to stick music stuff down the football channel now, but we try and take our opportunities. So thank you for watching that. So treble substitution. Williams is playing left wing back now over Styles, and Adebayo has come on along with Morris. I think DK stayed on, didn't he? So it was Woodrow and Chaplin that came off. We see that quite a lot from Ishmael. Big spurts of substitutions. Tony Mowbray made an interesting point last night about penalties, stating they seem to be given because no crowd and the ref can hear the player scream more loudly when a foul is committed. Maybe. There's certainly more penalties. Oh, that's very kind, Russ. Tricky, isn't it? Almost like I need a separate music channel these days, but there we go. Here's Wisdom, throw in. In it goes to Kazim Richards. And he's won a corner for Derby. Come on, Barnsley. Do your neighbours Huddersfield a favour. Did I see Lacazette scream? I always thought Carragher was the best screamer. The old man scream. just to tell the ref he'd been fouled. Shinny, corner. In it goes. Clark on the near post, heads it up and over. Goal kick as we come up to the 1 hour mark. Here we go. How do Derby fans feel about Rooney at the moment? Difficult old job at the moment, to be fair to him, wasn't it? $59.46 on the clock. It's a goal kick. He can barely put the ball down, Collins, because it keeps rolling in the wind. Goal kick goes up long. Is he going to break on the right-hand side for Barnsley? Yes, Britain wins it. Good feat by him. Britain down the line. Here is Josviak. Gets fouled by Sibic. Just on halfway. I wonder if they'll stick the free kick into the box. Forsyth is going to take it. Forsyth in diagonal. Clark flicks it on. And a goal kick is given. As the minutes tick away, 61:10 on the clock now. Barnsley been close to scoring our Simon. Yes, once. Should have scored at the start of this first half, but this game has been more about keeping the ball away from one's own goal than trying to score up the other end. Oh, here comes Mo Salah. How's he missed that? Mane follows in. Surely they're going to score here. Oh, my God. Some Benny Hill music needed behind that Liverpool attack. Here comes DK on the break. On the right-hand side, he can't get past Mengi. Throw in Barnsley. Britain to Mowat. Britain, good ball outside of the foot in. Adebayo second to it. Josviak skips around Palmer. Referee Stroud says advantage. Switch of play. Forsyth. Forsyth boots it forward. And we're back into first half mode. Given away. And straight back with the keeper Collins, who goes long. Nodded down by Clark. And here is a Britain. Britain into DK, can't control it. Although he scooped up the second ball. Adebayo tries to turn. Mowat to Palmer. To Mowat. Mowat's going to cross right-footed. Yeah. And just too much float on that one. You could tell it was his weaker foot there. Mowat. And back to the keeper. It goes. What are we saying in here? Next championship manager to be sacked, if any. Karanka, maybe? Dembele end ball is terrible. Should have played Messi in. Derby fans on Rooney cover quite a spectrum. Some think he is great. Others, like me, didn't want him. I don't think he'd work out well. Derby fans debate each other about it. Not all. I agree. Interesting. How am I doing? What did I think of Ipswich v Lincoln? Yeah, decent enough result. Got some good results against some of the higher teams now. Who's the highest scoring midfielder in Championship since the rebound? Must be Peter Whittingham, Russ, mightn't it? Mustn't it? If you're classing him as a midfielder. I'm a better commentator than Karen Carney. You'll have to educate me. Karen Carney works for BT or Amazon? Pass. Darren Moore. He's been in charge too long. There you go. Keep questions coming in your comments. 64-11 up in this one. The offside flag is up and the ball is dead. And we're about to get a restart, which has happened many, many times. Headed clear. And poked up towards Gregory. Can't control it. And I wonder if Rooney will make a change anytime soon. Looks like Liverpool having loads of chances. Oh, is that? No, it's the same one I just saw where they had 3 chances in one go. Here's Morris. Wisdom takes it off him. Edmondson tries to clear. Hits a Barnsley player on the way out. Shinnie does quite well in central midfield there, and it breaks for Knight. And that is a lovely ball by Knight out to Forsyth. Forsyth, oh dear, gives it away. And here come Barnsley on the transition here. DK down the right. DK comes inside. Switch of play. Good ball, that. Here's Williams on the other side. That's good play by Wisdom, but Williams had a bad first touch there. Mowat clips it into the channel for Williams again. Williams now, can he get decent cross in? Mowat does get a cross in. Morris in the penalty box. He's still got it. Little roll back heel to Williams, who crosses in. DK can't get there. Good pressure from Barnsley. Morris puts it back in. Mengi clears. Mowat's got it on the left wing now. Mowat fires the cross in, and Roos gathers it. Good little bit of pressure there. No real attempt on goal came from it, but throughout the game, it's only really twice where either team has had a concerted minute or two of actual pressure, and that's both been Barnsley, actually. Although here come Derby, Joshviak. Forsyth crosses in. Flicked header clear by Anderson. Here's Knight to Clark. Clark, good ball wide to Forsyth. Forsyth inside. Back to Clark. Forsyth must have been offside. Yes. And it's going to be a free kick to Barnsley. I don't get free kicks on my SofaScore stats. Big clearance by Collins yet again. Looked like a clear pull on DK there by Clark. Clark holds his head, but that looked like a fairly obvious foul. DK positioned himself, tried to roll him. Actually, going to get a really good view here. Although at this exact point, the picture freezes and we don't get to see it. Joy! Oh, we have an Mbappe goal. That's always entertaining. I will change the channel on my other TV to see that. If I knew how to use this damn TV. Free kick, Barnsley. Mowat is going to take. Oh, it was a penalty. When I hear Mbappe goal, I expect him to dribble through 8 players. Free kick in by Mowat, and Roos gathers that fairly easily. So PSG are 5-1 up on aggregate against Barca. So we go back to the Liverpool game. Over there. 69-12 on the clock. Headed away by Britain. And headed back home. That's tremendous. Mbappe, my favourite Hanson song. Lovely. Who do I think will be Championship Manager of the Year? I'd like to be able to answer that at the end of the season. Possibly Farker, especially if Norwich get above 92 points. If Barnsley finish anywhere above 8th, Ishmael will be in with a shout. And then you just don't know. Paunovic needs to be in with... If Reading finish 5th, that's a great job by Paunovic, isn't it? Who else would be in with a... Who's surpassing their expectations? Nathan Jones has done a good job, but, you know, I don't think he's quite high enough to be in with a shout. It just depends what Watford, Brentford ultimately do. Because if one of them goes up, of course, Steve Cooper, again, it just feels like Swansea are trending slightly downwards at the moment, doesn't it? But yeah. So yeah, I guess Farker, Ishmael, Cooper, Paunovic, one of those guys, I think. Just depends, because like George has just pointed, if Cardiff come through and win the playoffs, then you'd want to give McCarthy a shout, wouldn't you? So it really depends on the context, doesn't it? Can I get a time check? Of course. Going to be at 71:45 in 3, 2, 1, sync. Long one over the top. Here's Kazim Richards chasing in behind. There's a big chance here. Gregory touch. Good save. 1-on-1 there. Big chance for Derby. They managed to turn Barnsley around there. Ball into the right channel. Kazim Richards, really nice ball across. And Gregory takes a touch. He doesn't hit it first time. If he hits it first time, maybe he scores. Bobbly pitch. Doesn't want to hit it first time. Takes the touch. And Collins comes out and makes a good save. 2 big chances in this half now. One for Chaplin for Barnsley at the start of the half, and now one for Gregory there for Derby. Far and away the best chance for Derby, but here comes Morris now down the right-hand side. Morris, early cross, looking for... It's Williams is the furthest forward, the left wing-back, and he cannot make it. Let's have another look at this. It's over the top it goes. Really good cross by Kazim. Actually looking at it now, it's a bad first touch by Gregory because it takes him far wider than he wants to. If he gets that first touch right, he definitely scores. It's a big chance, really, really big chance. Should we see what Infogol made of these 2 chances in this half? Wisdom throw in, by the way. If they're caught up, that is. They haven't caught up. The Chaplin one went up at 64%. But yeah, big chance there for Gregor if he gets his first touch right. Lewis says best chance of the game. I would push back slightly, Lewis. I think the Chaplin was middle of the goal, 5 yards out. But certainly it was a very, very good chance for Lee Gregory to score there. And he's got to get a better first touch, hasn't he? There. It remains 0-0. But it's much better in the second half. Much better. Let's be honest. Couldn't have got worse, could it? Free kick. Wisdom's doing a couple of star jumps or something before he takes it. Barnsley hold the high line. Wisdom tries to slip it into the channel for Kazim Richards. Over-engineered the free kick there. Collins comes sliding out, and I think he slides into Kazim Richards. Kazim Richards' shin. There, nothing in it. What is this elbow cough thing? Go Derby, elbow cough. Elbow, was it that? I have to do an elbow cough. Just say what you think. Free speech here in the chat is alive and well, we hope. Still no subs from Wayne Rooney. Barnsley have made 3. It's a dab. Ooh. Don't worry, I'll never do that again. Elbow cough. Yeah, a few people don't. All I'll say is don't judge Barnsley on this game. Shut up about my age. I worked in a school, for goodness sake. I know what dab is. Deary me. I suspect I've witnessed and done many more than anybody else here. But don't clip the dab, no. Here is Wisdom with the throw-in. And Lionel Messi has scored for Barcelona. Anyone tell me about him? Has he got a future? I hear he's got a chance. He might do quite well. Ooh. Collins comes right to the edge of the area. Fabian Barthez style. Here's Britain on the right. Nice ball inside. Morris. Morris tries the cross. It bounces back to him. Morris does get the cross in this time to Adebayo. Just miscontrols it. Britain slides in and recycles. Mowat, edge of the box. Williams. Good position this. Williams back to Mowat. Mowat crosses. Nobody gambles on the 6-yard box. Wasn't a bad cross that, but nobody gambled. No out of context me. I get taken out of context way too much already. Despite trying my damnedest to add context to everything I say. You can't win on the internet. I just pulled out my headphones. I can't speak and plug them back in. The reason I had to pause, James, is because I could even show you underneath the mic there. It goes underneath. So you kind of have to stop to find it. Not even I'm that slick. I can just boom, 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 back in. I remember once I was playing a gig, right? And the guitarist broke a string. And I think I had to play something in the chorus. And then I didn't play anything until the next chorus. And in the time it took to get to the next chorus, I got the guitarist's spare guitar out, got the strap ready, tapped him on the shoulder, switched guitars, hopped back on the keyboard ready for the chorus. Slick. You had to be there. Can't remember where we were. Here's for Forsyth. Plays it inside. Shinny. Oh, good shot by Shinny. Oh, he's hit the post. Oh, my God. How unlucky was that? It's a brilliant shot by Shinny. He's beaten the keeper. Edge of the box, right foot. It's going in the far corner. It's a really good shot. Shinny spins, turns. Oh, keeper's getting nowhere near that. It hits the post, comes back across the line and goes safe. Oh, it takes a deflection actually on the way through. Wow, how close was that? Crikey. Shinny comes super close there. I think there's a deflection. I'd like to see that one again. Nonetheless, keeper beaten, hits the inside of the post. Won't even go down as a shot on target, will it? Unlucky there, Shinny. I'd love to see another replay of that. With it being I follow, I doubt we'll see one, but... And we are into the last 10 minutes. That is the closest, without being the best chance, that is the closest that anyone's been in this game. And here's another one over the top now for Derby to chase. They're not going to get on the end of that, though. Britain tries to clear it, charged down by Lee Gregory. And it's going to be a goal kick to Barnsley. God, you can see how the ball bobbles on that pitch there. Oh. Give me another sub. I think looked like Kane. Oh dear, Collins is trying to take a goal kick, and again the ball is just blowing. He can't spot it down. Second half way better than the first half. Yes. Goal kick. Collins plays it long, and that's gone all the way through to the opposite number there. Kelly Roos. 81-34 on the clock. On the clock. I will put that up without comment and not read it. Josviak slipped there. And then he went down. I think he went down quite easily, actually. Britain sort of got his hand, but Josviak's waiting to go down and draws the foul. This was a free kick in a dangerous position, this for a Derby. It's on the left-hand side, quite close to the touchline. Josviak's going to take it right-footed. In it comes, headed clear, edge of the box is Knight. That's poor from Knight, can't sort his feet out. Kane has come on. I did not see who he came on for. Ramal Palmer. Kane on for Palmer. Here's Josviak deep into the box. And Josviak's done well the last few minutes. And he wins a corner. Derby are probably edging it at the moment. They are edging it, if that answers your question. Ben Bishop. Any post-COVID gigs? Yes, 4 or 5, but we'll keep our fingers crossed and keep quiet on that. My census is ready to complete. Well, I mean, the envelope's downstairs. No, you can complete it online, but corner for Derby. Shinny puts it in. Shinny, you hit the post. Forsyth heads up in the air. And here come Barnsley on the counter. No, they don't. Oh, good work by Knight. He's won it back. And I don't want to pile in on Craig Forsyth, but how can I say this nicely? His distribution has not been great from left wing back. Rudimentary, but not very accurate, I have to say. The goal kick. Collins can't reach halfway in the win now with his goal kicks. Shinny knocks that one forward for Gregory to chase. Gregory fouls Hellick. Free kick. Oh, Barcelona have a penalty. Do I need to go over to the other screen and watch that, or will Lionel Messi just stick it in the net like he has done a billion times? That'll put them 2-1 up, won't it? I've got the Barca penalty on the other screen. VAR, check over. Here comes Messi. As referee Stroud has a word with DK. I'm in between the two screens here. They're taking an age to take this penalty, but then so is Collins with this restart. Right, here comes Messi, left-footed, and obviously... Oh, he's hit the bar! I was just about to say, and obviously scores. He hits it down the middle. The keeper saves with his legs, I think. It bounces up onto the bar. Well, would you Adam and Eve it? Lionel Messi misses a free shot from 12 yards. Anyway, back to this game. Unbelievable scenes. Right, 86:04 on the clock here. A Messi missed penalty. One of the greatest of all time. Oh, here comes DK into the box. He's going to get booked for diving, I think. Wow. I saw Stroud go to his pocket then, and I thought, here comes a penalty. And DK has been booked for simulation. Let's have a look, see if referee Stroud gets this one right. Oh, I'm not so sure. The second angle wasn't great. Mengi definitely has an arm on DK's right arm. And then we get into the realms of foul, dive. How much of each was it? Because we're at the point now with penalties where it doesn't matter if it's a dive as long as it's a foul. Do you know what I mean? The dive draws attention to the foul. But obviously, if there's no foul, then the dive gets booked, doesn't it? But referee Stroud books DK for diving. Woof. One more card and one more corner for the bits bet. Unbelievable scenes. Messi should sign for Huddersfield with penalties like that. You know Messi's going to only ever play for one club, don't you? Yoshviak chases down Sibic, and it's a goal kick. We're headed for stoppage time, of which I can't see there being more than 4 minutes. 87:57 on the clock. Long goal kick forward. That is a handball by Carlton Morris. Just bounces up and out it goes. There we go. We'll try and jinx it here. Cherries Army. This will be a great point for us, Cherries. That should jinx it. And there'll be a goal in stoppage time. Here's Roos. Long goal kick forward. Headed out by Britain. Adebayo battling with Clark, and it goes out for a throw-in. Ooh. Just got a much better look at that DK yellow card. Well, I would invite your comments on that one. Oh, here is Waghorn's come on, by the way, into the box. And Sibley's on as well. Sorry, I missed the substitution. Waghorn's been flagged offside. Be very interested if you get a look at that DK call for diving. Waghorn getting into the box. Their offside flag was up. Waghorn and Sibley on for Yoshviak and Gregory. And we are into stoppage time. It's going to be 3 minutes of stoppage time. Kane clips it in. I think Ruth was hoping that would go out. Wind-assisted ball all the way down the ground from him. And it's gone out for another goal kick. Some S-housery from Kazim Richards, who kicks it away from Collins in the Barnsley goal. Three minutes. Added time. Do I think Barnsley will win in stoppage time? I do not think there will be any goals in stoppage time, I have to say. But the second half has been an improvement on the first half, which was one of the worst I've seen all season. But you never know. Something could happen in this remaining 2 minutes in terms of a goal, but it's very much risk-averse stuff. If you can make it through 90 minutes of this, you can make it through. Let's be honest, the second 45 have been better. The first 45 was offensively bad, wasn't it? Whereas the second 45 has just been a bit drab. Long throw, though, for Barnsley. Herbie Kane throws it in. It's gone loose. Morris back out to Kane. Kane beats Shinnie easily. Kane fires the cross in, headed clear on the near post by Edmondson. Britton cleared back out. Williams back to Britton. Into the mixer. Roos is going to grab that. And he indeed does. We are close. We are close to the end. As Roos boots it down the ground. Mengi there tried a shot from the halfway line. Obviously, it went wide. How far wide did it go? Quite a long way. No reason to get excited. And Barnsley's 7-game winning streak is coming to an end here. There's about 20 seconds of this one left. Another hoofed clearance. 92.50 on the stream. On iFollow. All eyes on referee Stroud. Kane launches it forward. We're over the 3 spare minutes, and referee Stroud looks at his watch and blows for full time. Ishmael shakes his head and fist bumps with Wayne Rooney and Liam Rossini. A slightly forgettable affair. I think we would all agree on that one. It was Barnsley 0, Derby 0. Let's have a look at the numbers. Uh, 52-48 to Barnsley on the possession. 2 big chances to 1 in the game. Obviously, Chaplin with the biggest chance. Big chance for Lee Gregory for Derby as well. A tight game, very, very low on quality. And this is what it does to the league table. Let me move that banner off there. Barnsley, the winning streak is over. So now Norwich are defending a 7-game win streak. Barnsley's is over. But still, a round of applause for a brilliant streak from Barnsley. They are 2 points clear of Bournemouth in 7th. They are 2 points behind Reading in 5th. Looking now to cement a playoff place. They will hope for more favourable circumstances than tonight. But I dare say they are going to get teams now, Barnsley, turn up against them. Weary and worried about this pressing. And what is that beeping? What even is that? Sounded like there was a bomb going to go off in the room or something. Could you hear that down the stream? Weirdest thing in the world, that. Pass. I don't know what happened there. Anyone hear any beeping? Deary me. We'll carry on anyway. What was that? Could you hear it down the stream? Ben's being raided. Could you hear the beeping? I'm not going mad, am I? What is going on? I've got no idea. Anyway, yeah, look, all heard the beeping. I'll wind that back and watch it. 2 hours 27. How strange. I've got a female named Google device here who sometimes does strange things. Wonder if it's something to do with the pump on the fish tank or something. I wonder. Dear me. Anyway, my laptop? Who knows? The mystery. Anyway, we got to move on, and we got to say congratulations to Barnsley on their run, but it is over now. We were going to speak about Derby, clean sheet and a point for them. They go up to 39. If you look now, it's shaken out fairly well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 of 24 teams have now got to 35 games. Excuse me, have now got to 35 games played. Let's have a look at some comments. Alarm to wake me up, yes. Wasn't the best. Fair result, useful point for both in the end. Won't live long in the memory. Lots of confirmation. I'm not going bad. Smoke detector. I suppose there's one on the landing out there. Thank God that's over. I can't say her name because she'll start doing stuff. My laptop, why would it beep like that? God, who knows? My man of the match was definitely referee Stroud in this one. Oh, goodness me. Sorry. Oh, right. There we go. Sorry. Wenlock Young Team. Thank you, sir. A $4.99 super sticker. Quick question, guys, if you're watching in the chat. That's it for championship games this season. If you want, I can do the preview show tomorrow. We can do the preview show tomorrow at 1 p.m. rather than on Friday. So we'll get into the preview show tomorrow, I think, at 1 p.m. Let me know if you think that's a good, bad idea. The wind is mad in the match. Yeah, fair comment. Glad we could withstand this one together. Next one will be far more exciting. Blackburn, Brentford on Friday. Bring it on. I just think we need to get to the international break, don't we? And then some of the players can have a rest and maybe the quality improves in the last runnings of the season. Right. Excuse me. Well, it was Barnsley 0, Derby 0. In one of the worst first halves I've seen all season. Did pick up a little bit in the second half. Hey, I think my expectations were so low that I would have been pleased with anything. I'm going to say thank you to everyone who kept me company in the chat tonight. I'm going to bid you all farewell. Join me tomorrow for the preview show for the next round of games. And then it'll be round 36 and we could do all our 10 to go videos. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And it is a huge, lovely over and out from me. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel. Hit the subscribe button and to be notified every time we upload. Ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I will be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.